Hi guys, welcome to Family Create. I hope you are well. So in this video, we'll set up the trifold for the first time. We'll go through the user interface, settings, and check to make sure everything works okay here in the UK, such as the apps, or if anything unexpected happens as it's an import. So let's get started.
Hi everyone, so finally I have the trifold in my hand. Been waiting for something like this for such a long time. I've considered getting the Huawei one for a bit, but held off because of the ban and all that lack of availability and software issues in the UK. But this is the one I really wanted, and it's here. So I'm going to go through the setup. I know my wife's covered this, but just to give my very first impressions of what I think is huge. I mean, I can't describe compared to Fold 7 how much different it feels. I mean, it's very thin. I can feel it. Feel a bit of a heft there. It's a bit heavier, but I have to say I have this really weird feeling. I'm usually holding my Fold 7 or whatever just like that and using it, but holding this one like this, it just seems like it's so long and it seems like something is going to fall or something out of my hand. I'm really worried about handling this, but yeah, this is masterpiece. I'm so excited to get everything up and running, all my applications and everything set up. I hope it all works like I'm expecting, because this is an imported version, so some things may not work. I understand the Korean one's more or less like global version, so I'm hoping that is the case, and I'm not left with any nasty surprises of some things not working, particularly like things like the banking apps and things like that. I'm going to quickly fold once and just describe how it feels. So this section is the last bit that you need to fold in. It's a bit uncomfortable. So yeah, it doesn't stay in any, see here, like look, it just bounces back. It's like it's fighting to go back to this position. So it's not like you can do a flex mode or anything like that here. That doesn't seem to be the case. So yeah, I need to get this set up hopefully in English so I can understand what's happening. This one seems more lighter to fold, easier to fold, but again, there's this resistance, like look, and it's telling me already something, and then I can't read this. But let's quickly do a fold. It's not actually functional when it's folded like this. I know a lot of people are saying, oh, Huawei has this feature where you can use it like a normal fold. You can't do on this one. And then, as you know, this part of the screen doesn't, but I'm okay with this because I rather have the security of the protected inner screen than an exposed one like the Huawei. And so you got no exposed screen on the outside or anywhere. The bezel seems slightly bigger. You can see the black bezels. Cover screen is basically same as the one in Fold 7. Okay, let's do something. Let's actually quickly unfold it again, and then nice. Okay, please don't tell me. Okay, good. English United Kingdom. I'm assuming this is okay. So let's go. So start. So for your review, please check the app permissions for pre-installed Samsung apps. So yeah, I'm hoping there isn't going to be any bloatware and all that. Chinese ROMs usually have a lot of bloatware. I'm led to believe the Korean versions don't, so we'll see in a minute. So I think I'll have to agree why I have to agree. Don't agree to unnecessary things. Privacy policy, I have to agree to that thing. And that's it. So I'm just gonna go. So it's asking to set up from my Fold 7. So I'm gonna have to allow this. Turn location on. And then I think when I scan the QR code here, already did. I'll verify quickly. The screen just looks really unusually large, which is why I got the trifold, I guess. It's a lot of money. Can't believe how expensive it is, but when you want the best tech, I guess you have to pay for it if you want it. It's not going to be a phone for everyone, I think. It's quite obvious. So connect to, okay, I'm not going to connect to a network yet. I'm not going to put my SIM in there yet because I'll put that in later. But you can transfer SIM from another phone. I think I'm going to leave this for later. So set up later in settings, search for mobile plans. I'm not doing any of this now. Let's just get the phone up and running. I'm just going to say next here, because that's going to take a while. So I could skip it. Okay, let's agree. Yeah, so I'll give permission for all of this. Actually, I'm going to deny because then without any data in there, I want to see what the phone is like before I start importing my information in there. And by the way, this is 16GB RAM and 512 GB of ROM. So I'm slightly downgrading in terms of storage because my Fold 7 was a 1TB device with 16GB RAM. So the capacity is being, the storage is being reduced to half, which is a shame, but I guess I can't have everything. The Chinese variant does have 1TB, but that has its limitations. So let's see. Okay, I'm going to deny this. I'm going to just skip all of this for now. But basically this is how you'd normally set up your phone anyway. So I'm not going to do my facial recognition. I don't usually do that. I do fingerprints. I'll add them later. Google services, so location. Use location. No, don't use my location. Okay, just accept this. No, don't back up anything. We'll check all that later. So it's got Gemini as well. Continue. Go hands-free. No, thank you. Galaxy AI. So you've got the AI stuff here. As you can see, call assist, writing assist, and all that. Note assist. Good. Photo editor, eraser, audio eraser. So all the stuff that we've got on Fold 7 is all here, which is good. This is why the Samsung software is so good. Hopefully everything else will work fine. So I'm going to just go next on all of this stuff. Bixby, I never use this, to be honest, so I'll just say next for now. I don't know, there's no other option, so I'll just say next. Nope. Okay, agree. Location, what is that? How many more things you have to go through? So you got to choose your display mode, light, dark. I usually like dark mode, but for the purpose of the video I'm going to leave light mode for now. I'll change it later anyway. I'm keen to see if my Galaxy Watch will just connect without any issues, hopefully so. The Samsung wallet doesn't work on the imported Korean version, but I don't know. I don't use Samsung wallet, usually it's Google I use, so let's see what happens. Samsung Health, Samsung Kids, good. Bixby, do I need to install all this stuff? English to Korean, no, I don't want that. Samsung News, I'll leave that, use that a bit. Games app I don't really use. Smart things, yeah, leave it. Samsung wallet I'm gonna exclude because I don't use it. Samsung members, leave it. Samsung global goals, I don't know, I don't see the need for it. Internet, yeah. Samsung find, we'll leave all of this. I don't do voice wake ups and stuff, so I'm gonna turn that off. Samsung account I need. Taking care of your phone, yeah, the usual stuff. Normally you get that on the box packet. You get a card that didn't come on the box here. So it says we're all set up. What's new now? Obviously with this phone it's a complete different kind of ball game as to how you use it. I'm really excited about the built-in DeX feature that this phone has, and I want to really try this. I've already got some accessories, and the biggest downside here on this phone is the lack of S Pen support. I mean, on a 10-inch device, it's the perfect thing for a S Pen. I don't know what Samsung thinks at times, comes up with these silly things that it does. So anyway, I've bought a stylus of my own. Obviously it's not going to be the same thing, but I'm thinking this kind of screen size, I want to do a bit more productivity stuff, more like the arty stuff that I enjoy doing, but it's not easy to do stuff like with your finger. So I'm going to try that. I'll share on some videos. I've got some ideas about how I'm going to mount it on this phone. I've got a Bluetooth keyboard as well that I'll share all of this in a maybe upcoming video, but let's quickly finish this. And we're here. It feels really strange handling this phone, I have to say. After years and years of using the normal folds, and now suddenly you've got this, because I do not want to drop this or something. So I'm just having a quick look through, see what's on the software side of things. So you've got the usual stuff like Samsung Notes, one of my favorite apps that I use most of the times. Instagram, calendar, calculator, all that kind of usual stuff. I'll come back with other videos because I'm going to cover the DeX mode, the different desktops, and all of these different options. You've got Play Store here, as you can see. Let's just quickly go on the software and see if there's anything interesting to look for. I'm not going to run any software updates yet. So it's the SM-F968N. I believe the N represents the fact it's Korean. Now in terms of SIM, it's got 2 SIMs. So that's interesting. I understand one is the eSIM, but I don't know if this is what it's saying. So I'll have to check this out. This one should have decent battery life. It's got a 5600 mAh power battery, quite a bit bigger than Fold 7. My Fold 7 battery, I have to say, I'm not very impressed with. I struggle to get through a whole day with normal use. I do use the large screen quite a lot, I must say. I'm hoping this one with the bigger battery, mixture of small screen, bigger screen, I'll have decent battery life here to go with. As you can see, the battery capacity here. Software information, One UI 8, Android 16, September Play Store update. Security patch update was done in November. So I want to make sure once it's all set up, once my SIM card is in there, the usual stuff works, because I know, especially I haven't imported a phone for a long time now. So I want to make sure the standard, all the stuff that I use every day works. And because I haven't got my SIM card in there, I can't tell whether the 5G and all that will work fully yet or not. My network is EE, so that shouldn't be a problem. As far as I can see, there is no bloat. And this is all the software that's installed here, including what's in these folders. So you've got the usual Samsung one, and then the Google stuff, which is like you got your Maps, Gmail, YouTube, and all that stuff. The usual Chrome, Google Drive. So I'm hoping things like Google Wallet and all that will work just fine. I'll go into the Play Store quickly actually and see if there's anything. Let's see, let's just take this out. I don't need a tour of the Play Store. No thanks. As you can see, out of the box, Play Store is already all in there. Looks like we're ready to go, and there isn't any particular software blockage, like some apps not working. I mean, obviously, compatibility may be an issue, but we'll know more about that when we get to go more in depth with some of the stuff. But for now, it seems like from the outside, you can see the Play Store's here. It's working fine. Is there anything in the galleries? Nothing there. But it's amazing the way it just looks. Let's quickly check settings. I think it was setting before. SIM manager, let's see what's in there. Add eSIM, which I don't want to do. So yeah, it looks like there is only one SIM. There's one physical SIM and one eSIM. Actually, while I'm at it now, and if you do fold it the wrong way, look, it started warning. Oh, it's getting louder. Oh. So anyway, let's not do this. Okay, I have to be really careful how I fold it. Oh, actually, the SIM card is here on this panel, so you can't take the SIM card out unless I open this. So let me just get a SIM ejection tool. SIM ejection tool. Now let's see what the SIM tray looks like. So this is what the tray looks like, SIM tray. So I don't understand. There's two slots. What are the two slots for? I think I want to try. I'm going to take the SIM card out of my phone and put it in there. Anyway, let's see. So this one had a dual SIM, although it's on double-sided, one of those double-sided ones. I'm going to put one of those in. So here's my regular one and try this one. No, it doesn't look like the right size. So this you can see is fitted in there perfectly. Don't understand what this one is. Definitely not a SIM card slot. Anyone know what that is? Let us know. Let's get my regular SIM in and put it into the trifold now. So that's a bit disappointing really. It's not dual SIM. I know the Chinese variant has a dual SIM, two physical SIMs, but this one doesn't. So it's one physical SIM, as you can see, and one eSIM. So my SIM is in there. I'll say okay. It says no SIM inserted. Hopefully it picks it up soon, and be interested to see what sort of connectivity I get. Do I get 5G? It's saying LTE, mobile networks, data roaming. Switch to LTE when battery low. Yeah, okay. Turn off 5G to save battery. Okay, fine with all that. Data roaming, we'll leave all that one for now. Okay, I'll do some network speed test and see what the connection speeds are, internet speeds are, and stuff like that. Upload, download speeds. In terms of the other thing, Wi-Fi is also connected through, and I do the transfer. And I just set the phone up for the rest of the transfer, get all my stuff over. Can we quickly check anything on YouTube? So I'm in YouTube. I'm just going to find a video that I can play.
I've used almost every phone released this year, and somehow I've ended up back on the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7.
So this was kind of ends on with the Huawei Mate X. This just looks totally amazing to use. Let's see. And that alone, it's big enough.
Hi guys, welcome to
Look
Family
at that,
Create.
so
I
big.
hope you are all well.
It's like watching a TV.
Video, we'll share our experience of a
Wi-Fi.
new metal watch band for Galaxy Watch 8 Classic. So let's get started.
There's a lot to get used to here. I mean, this is quite amazing really. I mean, there's a ton of things to first check out. I'll be busy checking this phone out thoroughly. Once I've got things running here, I'll definitely come back with another video. But before I go close end this video, I want to quickly show the case that comes with it. So you've got this case, almost identical to the one that came with the, or didn't come with it, but I remember purchasing from Samsung for my Fold 7. This one, So it's the same case but with the hinge protection added. Case itself is quite light. It feels good, really. Feels quite robust. So if I put it on, makes the phone heavier, definitely. Then you've got the peace of mind. You've got some protection on it now. Heavy guy. Cameras are copy and paste from Samsung's their Fold 7. So it's identical camera setup here. Camera's same, nothing's different. Quality I expect it to be same, which is great. I know a lot of people complain saying, oh, the camera isn't this, camera isn't that. Another 3x zoom telephoto camera isn't that great. But if you think about this being a tablet, tablets don't come with this kind of camera, flagship camera setup. So if you think about that, the compromise, you've got that, and you've got a phone that also 10-inch in your pocket. But to be honest, when people pay so much money, you expect Samsung to put like a proper camera, and you know, why couldn't they put a 5x zoom lens? Everyone would have been happy. But so with the case, the wobble is much better. I mean, I can tap things. If you push here, obviously you've got that. I'll quickly take one with that, do a test without this. I'm trying to work out, because I need to have a pen. It's whether I'm going to mount it on the spine here, the hinge. But obviously you need a kind of a kickstand for this. So I use something like this. Or they had a kickstand case, which they should have really actually provided instead of this one. Would have been more useful. Although this one is protecting the hinge. But you know, if you want to watch stuff, you know, you can't really. You're gonna have to hold it until I get some kind of kickstand. And let me see them. Yeah, the phone's now all set up. As you can see, my SIM card's in there. EE showing as well, so it's all working, and I just need to now install the stuff and then come back with another video with, you know, once all the software is up and running and everything, just to see how things are working as I get used to handling this device. But so far so good, and absolutely delighted and thrilled to have this phone now. It's been a long wait, so catch up in the next video then. Thanks, bye.
So that's all for today, guys. We hope you found the video helpful and informative. If you have, please do give it a like and support us by subscribing. And if there is anything in particular you'd like us to cover, please feel free to leave a message in the comment section, and we'll do our best to cover that topic as soon as possible. There will be a lot more content on our trifold experiences, so do put the notification bell on for our upcoming videos. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, do take care. Bye bye.